Dear all, this is about SSC blueprint that is forwarded by SSC Board of Andhra Pradesh for the academic year 2025-26. And here we are going to give you the details of English blueprint, and the code of English is 13E and 14E. Now, let us have an overview of this paper. Our English paper will be for 100 marks. There will be 3 sections. Section A carries reading comprehension. Section B carries 2 items grammar and vocabulary. Section C carries creative expression and of course appreciation also. The time allotted for completion of the examination is 3 hours 15 minutes. You all know that 15 minutes are entirely dedicated to the reading of the paper by the students, and 3 hours is for writing the examination. Syllabus in a nutshell. As for the academic standard 1 reading comprehension, question 1 to 5 will cover all prose lessons in the textbook first flight. Under question number 6 to 10, the students will get a poem from any one of the poems of the reader first page. Question number 11 to 15, under this question, a passage will be taken from supplementary reader. For question 16, which tests the study skills of the student, a visual picture is given related to data, pie chart, bar chart, or tree diagram, and a student is supposed to answer the questions based on the visual picture. Question number 17 will be an unseen passage for jumbled sentences. And for testing grammar, all grammar topics given in the textbook and workbook will be preferred. For testing vocabulary, textual-based prose lessons will be taken into account. For testing creative expressions, under question number 35A conversation, all prose lessons will be taken into account. And for 35A diary entry, the input will be given from any of the prose lessons of the textbook. For 36A letter writing, the input may be textual or independent of textual theme. And here, both formal and informal types of letters will be tested. Coming to 36B, which is script for speech, all prose lessons in the textbook or beyond the textbook may be taken for the question, and the reference units will be all the speaking sections in the reader. And coming to 37A, which is about a description, all supplementary reader lessons will be taken into account while giving input for this question. Coming to 37D, information transfer, a picture will be given either on data or tree diagram or bar diagram or pie chart, and the student is supposed to write a few lines about this picture. And this is briefly about the syllabus that is described for the SSC public examination in English subject. There are 3 components in English question paper. The first one, reading comprehension, which has 30% of weightage, and grammar has 20%, and vocabulary has 20%, and creative expression including conventions of writing and appreciation, it contains 30% out of 100. That means reading comprehension carries 30, grammar 20, vocabulary 20, and creative expression carries 30 marks out of 100 marks that are allotted for our English examination paper. Now, let us know in detail about section A, which is dedicated to reading comprehension, and this entire section carries 30 marks. Let us come to question paper pattern now. And under section A, question 1 to 5 is about a comprehension passage from any prose lesson in the textbook with 2 WH questions and 3 MCQs. And the word limit of the passage will be 100 to 150 words, and here each question carries 2 marks. Coming to 6 to 10, a poem for comprehension in the textbook will be given, and it also contains 2 WH questions and 3 MCQs, but here each question carries only 1 mark. Coming to 11 to 15, a comprehension passage from any lesson in supplement reader will be given, but here no WH question given, but only 5 MCQs will be given, and here also each question carries 1 mark. It is advised to prepare students for specific WH questions in the chosen paragraph well in advance, as for the pattern provided here, encouraging low proficiency students to attempt these questions on their own. Next, question 16 will be about study skills, and here the reading data is arranged in a tabular form. Either a pie chart or a bar chart or a tree diagram will be given with 5 comprehension questions, and here also each question will carry 1 mark. Here also there will be 2 WH questions, 2 MCQs, and definitely the 5th one will be on choosing a correct statement, but it will also be an MCQ. And the teachers have to keep this point in mind about question C here. The last question under this academic standard will be question 17. It is about unseen passages for jumbled sentences. Here, a story or an incident or any scientific event is given in the form of a passage, and here the student has to arrange the jumbled sentences in a meaningful order. And the question to answer may be written in the boxes like this as it is shown in the slide, and the teachers are advised to show this to the students. Now let us move to section B. Section B has two components, grammar and vocabulary. Now first let's have a view about grammar questions, and for this 20 marks are allotted. Under section B, question number 18 will test the student's ability of combining sentences. But here only 4 linkers, who, which, whose, whom are given, and the students are supposed to combine sentences by using these, and the syllabus reference for this is Unit 1. All are advised to follow the reference units mentioned at each question to prepare the students effectively and follow the guidelines provided in the blueprint and paper pattern. Encouraging a thorough preparation of the usage of these linkers by the student is suggested to all these teachers regarding this question. Coming to the question number 19 on changing voice, only one question will be given, and here that question is also to be changed from active to passive voice, and it will be either textual or general, and the syllabus reference for this will be Unit 3 of workbook. And the syllabus for all normal topics refers to the appropriate content available in both textbook and workbook for testing the question on this. Any sentence other than the reference unit of workbook may be given in the SSC public examination. Hence, the sentences other than the reference unit covering both textbook and workbook may be practiced by the students with a care taken not to be lost any single mark by the meritorious students under all the questions of grammar section. Question number 20 is allotted to reported speech. Here also one sentence is given. The student is supposed to change from direct to indirect speech only, and the question will be either textual or general, and the syllabus reference is Unit 9. Question number 21 will be on fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions. The syllabus that is allotted will be either textual or general. Question number 22 will be on editing a passage, correcting the underlined parts, and the syllabus may be taken from either workbook or unseen, but preferably the syllabus reference is all units in workbook. Question number 23 is about filling in the blanks with articles, and the syllabus may be either textual or general, but the reference unit is 2. Question number 24 will be about changing the repeated action in the past using used or would, and the syllabus reference is Unit 6. Question number 25 is about rewriting the sentences by using a noun modifier, and the reference unit is 6, and again this may be either textual or general. Question number 26 is about giving advice using either modal or suggestion being on the given context, and the textual or general, and no specific reference unit is available for this here in SSC blueprint. Now, let us move to another component under the same section B, that is vocabulary. For this, the marks allotted are 20 in number. Under vocabulary, question number 27 is about identification of the suitable synonyms to the underlined words in the passage. The syllabus reference for this question will be all prose lessons in the textbook, and here each answer will carry 1 mark. Question number 28 is about writing antonyms or opposite words to the underlined words in the passage, and the syllabus reference is all prose lessons in the textbook, and here also each question carries 1 mark. Coming to question number 29, this is about filling in the blanks with the right form of the words given in brackets, and the syllabus reference is as usual all prose lessons in the textbook, and here also each question carries 1 mark. As the syllabus for the vocabulary section is based on the textual prose lessons only, these questions may be practiced from all the units of textbook. Under question number 30, a student is supposed to complete the given word by using either prefix or suffix or inflection, and the syllabus reference for this will be all prose lessons in the textbook, and the 2 questions will carry each 1 mark here. Under question number 31, identification of the wrongly spelled word and rewriting its correct spelling is needed, and here the syllabus reference will be all prose lessons in the textbook, and each question carries 1 mark here. Coming to the dictionary skills, a selected word will be taken from any of the prose part of the textbook, and so all the teachers must be very careful about the glossary part for the case of dictionary skills. Question number 33 will test the knowledge of phrasal verbs and idiomatic expression, and the student is supposed to write them in the sentences of his own. And the syllabus reference that these will be units 2, 3, 4. And the last question under this section B is matching, and the syllabus reference for this will be is unit 3 and 4. And here also the glossary of prose lessons may be considered. So glossary will be given more priority while preparing the student. Now the last section, section C, and it is dedicated to creative expression and appreciation. Creative expression carries 20 marks and appreciation carries 10 marks. Let us know about these things. Question number 35A will be about conversation, and the input will be taken from any of the prose lessons of the textbook. And coming to 35B, which is on diary entry, the input is again taken from any of the prose lessons. Here, adequate input is given, but in case of low proficiency student, writing the outline of the entry in addition to 1 or 2 introductory stock sentences must be encouraged in case of him for scoring the minimum marks at the least. Under question number 36A, letter rating will be tested, and here either formal or informal type of the letter may be asked. And the theme will be either textual or beyond the text will be tested. Coming to 36B, the script for speech, all prose lessons will be taken into account even beyond the prose lessons of the textbook, and contemporary issues may be highlighted, and the reference unit will be all the speaking sections in the reader. In case of letter writing the format of the letter in addition to 1 or 2 introductory stock sentences must be encouraged in case of low proficiency students for scoring the minimum marks at the least. In case of script for speech, writing the introductory stock sentences and closing stock sentences must be encouraged in case of low proficiency students for scoring the minimum marks at the least. So what we expect from the teachers is that the teachers should be smart while preparing the students. The last component of this question paper and another component of section C, that is allotted to appreciation, and for this marks allotted are 10. Question number 37 will test the appreciation capability of the student, and here 37A is about the description, and for this input will be taken from any of the lessons or the themes of the supplementary reader. Under this question, adequate input is usually given. The low proficiency students may be given thorough practice of linking up the input for better output of their attempt of this question to obtain minimum score at least. The last question of our English question paper is 37B is an information transfer, and here any picture is related to data, tree diagram, bar diagram or pie chart may be given, and under this question the student is supposed to write a few questions describing this picture, and here the low proficiency students may be given thorough practice of writing the sentences with the help of the keywords related to these diagram specific to attempt this question in order to obtain the minimum score at least, and by writing at least a few sentences. That's it all about our SSC English examination blueprint, dear all. What we request all the teachers is that keep in mind this blueprint very well and try to use your logic about assessment of our public examination papers also. And keeping both of these aspects in mind, we request all of you to train well the low proficiency students and let them assure of getting at least 35 out of 100 marks. And we are also asking you, all the teachers, to encourage meritorious students to get more than 95 marks in your sections. And that's all we are expecting you, dear teachers. And I hope you are ready to get 100% pass and more than 95% marks to many of the students in our district. And we hope all this will be possible with the guidance that is provided here on this blueprint. And all the best to all the teachers. Thank you one and all.